Welcome back everyone. Now let's go ahead and talk about the iPhone X and see how this phone holds up in the middle of 2021. Now some big things have changed with this specific device. Obviously software, release cycle, all this stuff, but obviously the body has stayed exactly the same. There has been no changes to the body whatsoever. We still have that beautiful 5.8-inch OLED display and it still looks good, Compare this phone to like the Galaxy S21 and like iPhone 12s. Obviously those have their own advantages, but this one still looks very, very good. The notch up top still looks the same as all the other iPhones. Obviously curved sides, not a big deal. Glass back, dual camera setup, single camera setup on the front, and really everything about this phone is still as what I expected. And I still want to note the camera quality is still very good on this phone as well. We've gotten a couple improvements with iOS 15, which is great, but the quality of the cameras is still great. The body still feels extremely premium, and that is one of the most important things about this phone for sure. Now another big thing to keep in mind with this specific device is obviously the battery. So far on iOS 15, it has taken a little bit of a toll on the battery life, but it's nothing less of what I expected. I kind of expected the battery to not be as great, and it's pretty much been to my standards. It hasn't been extremely horrible, so I think that's another big thing to keep in mind. Now that kind of covers everything for the most part. I do want to hit on the software, and this is the most important thing. So iOS 15 came out about a month ago. The installation process was totally fine, totally smooth. It really wasn't that big of an issue, which is always something good to see. And since then, I've had a couple of glitches here and there, as most of you may know. Some glitches like widgets, kind of going over the place. Maybe when you drag and drop things, it kind of glitches up. But for the most part, I think it's fairly stable. I haven't had any crazy random reboots. I didn't have to factory reset or, totally that didn't break any of my devices. And those are the things that I look at. Now, if I had to use the iPhone X on iOS 15 on a daily basis, I would not have that good of an experience because the battery life isn't as good. It's not as stable. There's random things going on. Half the apps, glitch up when you open them. So obviously it's not ready to be used on a daily basis. But I do think as of right now, it's actually fairly stable for a beta. And that makes me happy about, when the official version comes out. So again, when you get a phone like this, you don't want it to be completely, unusable in the next version of software. And that is definitely not the case. I think a big thing to keep in mind with the iPhone X is that visually it still looks great. But with iOS 15, it kind of got a limited amount of features. It already was not that big of an update, iOS 15. But now when you factor in the fact that, the iOS 15 features are even more limited on the iPhone X, that is kind of an annoyance, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know why Apple does these type of things, but this makes me even more excited about iOS 16. What can iOS 16 bring that iOS 15 and iOS 14 don't already have? Things like split screen multitasking and all those things. And the good thing is that the iPhone X is going to get iOS 16. It's probably going to get iOS 17 as well. So that kind of sums up this whole entire video, and that's a perfect way to end it. Because this phone is going to get support for another version of software and probably another one as well, that makes me super happy. And unfortunately iOS 15 wasn't that big of an update, but iOS 16 could be. So I'm happy with the iPhone X in the middle of 2021. I'm a huge fan of it, and I can't wait till iOS 16 comes out, to be honest. So that essentially covers it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.